Hello, everybody. And welcome to From Under a Rock, the podcast where we take off our pants and pull each other. No, you're done?
No, please keep going.
Pull each other close in a warm
bubble bath
embrace of camaraderie and self-loathing.
Friendship. Oh,
and
we are not on the same page.
Are you
but
done?
I'm so glad we have changed
you
what the
done copying
podcast
me
is
now?
about.
I don't know. I kind of want to see where it's going.
Welcome to From Under a Rock, the podcast where we pick a movie that one or more of us has not seen by now and watch them together and rate them, bringing each other out from under the proverbial rock. Hopefully you as well, dear listeners.
And moving forward, we have our pants down.
You can't see them on
bringing
the
each
video.
other close in loathing embraces.
I love Shaun of the Dead ever since I watched it back when it was like always on Comedy Central. I don't know if you remember the days.
Oh, I remember the days.
Back in like 2006 when it was
when midnight on a Friday night was the best thing on Comedy Central.
I watched the trailer when I posted this on Facebook, for social media, and the trailer ends with rom zom com. It's a rom. it's just all those three. It really is all those three things put together. Yeah.
Well, I would say like on the surface, it is that, but like there's so many layers to the comedy.
I love that kind of stuff that makes repeat viewings just even more of a treat, where you're picking little stuff out that you didn't notice before. But Steven, the trailer called it rom
zom com.
Rom zom com. I would add one more onto that, drom.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, because
Rom com zom drum.
That's something. I think in the last couple of weeks, either before, during or after the podcast, I've mentioned I don't really like this movie the same way everyone does. Like up to a certain point, I'm like, yeah, this is funny. I'm along for the ride. But when the drama gets in, I just like
it's catching on.
It's catching on. Rom zom com drum. Too many genres. When the drama gets in there, I just think it starts to not be a coherent film anymore.
I had a friend back in high school who I was just insanely jealous of because he was good at everything. One of the nicest people ever. He read, like
Books and shit.
Dostoevsky and all this crazy literature constantly. He was really good at video games. He watched a ton of movies.
How is he with the ladies?
He was well-spoken. He was good-looking, good with the ladies. He was funny. I was insanely jealous of this guy. To me, Shaun of the Dead is the movie that I am jealous of because it does everything and it does it so well.
My favorite detail about the first time he goes through is kind of the commentary about how we're all kind of zombies already. Like everyone is just... There's a specific shot where Shaun's riding on the bus and you just see a dude in the seat in front of him with headphones on, just kind of bobbing his head, just lifeless. And like everyone's expressions, no one stands out. It's just dull, lifeless, not really living to begin with.
Even the first couple of shots.
Yeah.
We want to rate this
Let's rate it.
sucker.
Let's do it.
I'm going to rate you, sucker.
I'll start it. Okay. It's a great movie. Guys, this is a good movie.
Guys.
Right?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some shitty movies.
Yeah.
And this is not one of them.
I thought I knew my rating when I came here today. I've changed it. I'm going to give it an A+.
I'm going to echo that rating. Being the one who brought this movie as one of my favorite movies, I stand by it. This is one of those movies that I think, at least for me, you can just watch over and over and over again. And I've gotten to the point where I can visualize it completely if I'm just listening to the dialogue, but it's still such a treat to just sit down and enjoy and have a pint, wait for this whole thing to blow over.
Of ice cream. It's a lot of calories, but you do it.
So I'm also going to give it an A+.
It's the friend that I was always jealous of. It's
you can't hate him.
It's smart and funny and super quick and sharp and tragic and dramatic and romantic and brom, etc.
Momdrom.com.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna give it an A+ when I came in here either, but that's what it is, A+.
extremely solid movie. No, really, extremely solid movie. I think on each individual bullet point, it excels. I just, everybody, when people tell me about this movie, they promise me a comedy, and I compare it to other comedies that have sad parts. This one, the sad part is so sad, it just conflicts with everything else, and it brings like the rest of the third act down for me. So I can't go higher than a B+.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Let's see if it could.
Where does that leave us?
Let's see if it could actually withstand
The brunt of
It's
that.
still
Oh, it's an A.
Yeah, that's still an A.
Still a solid movie.
Yeah, that tone, it
You're
just changes too
wrong.
much.
It's like your opinion is wrong.
That's gonna do it for
Another
this week's
episode of.
Let's go around for one last roll call.
Starting with me. Hi, I'm
James
McAnally,
McAnally,
aka
aka
McDoodles.
McDoodles.
Thanks for listening, you guys, and watching at home.
I'm Michael Ornelas, a.k.a. Steven Steuben, Suburban
You got it
Mike
wrong.
Bourbon,
Mike Bourbon.
The Burbs,
The Burbs.
Suburban, Zarita Ornelas,
Esquire.
the Jack of all trades,
Jack of all trades, clearly.
the talent.
I guess I'm just Steven Zarita at this point.
And I'm
And
just
I'm
Ryan Evans. Thank you for taking your
your
pants off with us,
us
on this week's
podcast.
Carrie.
Guys, let's just take off our pants and hug each other with self-loathing.
All right.
Thank you once again for joining us for another episode of From Under a Rock.
Guys, you got to look at the YouTube video. You are missing out right now.
It's happening. It's happening.
Oh, I thought you pulled your boxers all down too. I was like, I'm just not gonna look and hope his penis isn't touching mine.
I'm just gonna hope for the best. You asked for it. It happened.
You guys each start with 5 points next week.
By the way, there was so much self-loathing.
There was a lot.
Hey, thank you for watching our Shaun of the Dead podcast. Be sure to give us a rating, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, one of the two, just click.
And next week we've got Mark Gray coming in for Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bum. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that podcast. Punch it! All right, I'm gonna go.
James?